The Honourable Shane Mallard.
Thank you, Mr President, Deputy President. Today I rise to speak and pay tribute to the important work of our community fire units, or CFU, across our state. Members would probably know the CFU are volunteers and part of the New South Wales Fire and Rescue Service, and members may be familiar in terms of their communities of the red trailers that are located around suburbs that border our bushland. And some members may be members of CFUs. Their work is particularly important with the current forecast of a hot summer, warmer than average temperatures over summer, and the prediction of increased fire activity with bushfires already raging across New South Wales and Queensland as we meet. CFUs were formed in Sydney by Fire and Rescue New South Wales following the devastating 1994 bushfires in the Sutherland Shire. Amid the devastation of those fires, pockets of houses were saved by residents who had received their basic fire training. A CFU is a team of local residents living in an urban area close to bushland who are supported by Fire and Rescue New South Wales to enhance their neighbourhood safety and resilience to bushfires and provide basic operational training and firefighting equipment to aid in protecting theirs and their neighbours' property. The CFU also work to engage local communities in basic fire hazard reduction, fire safety and prevention activities and increase the community's knowledge of bushfire behaviour in their local area. So CFUs participate in bushfire and rural fire service hazard reduction activities. They are trained regularly and are prepared to defend their homes and their neighbours' homes from bushfires. They assist their neighbours in protecting their properties from bushfires, including hotspots or, importantly, ember attacks until the fire services arrive. They extinguish hotspots after bushfires before they arrive and after they have passed, so firefighters can concentrate on fighting at the fire front and other activities. Members would be aware that 90% of properties, and particularly homes that are destroyed in bushfires, are destroyed before or after the bushfire by ember attack. And CFU specialises in staying behind and dealing with that threat to property when the RFS and the fire brigade move on to the front elsewhere. They provide support to emergency services. CFU members do not fight bushfires directly. They protect their community and their properties when the bushfires threaten. The CFU program has continued to expand and has increased to over 600 units, like those trailers, and more than 7,000 volunteer members across metropolitan Sydney and regional New South Wales. And those of you who are familiar with them would recognise them with their bright blue uniforms and overalls. The exciting news, members, is that I recently completed my induction training with the CFU in the Blue Mountains, and I am proud to say I'm now a member of the CFU and the Rural Fire Rescue community, and it's a really strong community too. I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge and thank the CFU men and women in the Blue Mountains, as well as the CFU volunteers across the state in helping keep our community safe. And finally, I'd like to thank Fire and Rescue New South Wales, as well as the Rural Fire Service New South Wales, for their invaluable work they do. This summer, they will have a tough job ahead of them. I'm sure we're all thinking of them.
There goes the next Tony Abbott.